Meat blade with Ita, state blaze and NE, innovative device project, transparent team of some community.
Hello, crypto. How's everybody doing out there? I hope you're doing well. Market is chopping up and down. Holy shit. The market is pretty rough. One day it's full on bull mode. Next day it's full on bear mode. What is going on out there? This market has more ups and downs than a porn star's arse. But anyway, let's see what have we got going on tonight. Rich Landon is going to join us for a while here today. Diamonds launched very successfully yesterday. We had an epic day, great participation, charts pumping, and went to bed last night. Everything absolutely amazing. Blaze, local high. Diamonds sitting at something like a freaking 6, 7, 8x. Woke up this morning to some disastrous red candles, but there's a silver lining there, and we're going to dig into the DApp and have a look at all the stats on the Diamonds dashboards and see what's going on. So Rich Landon launched as the founder of Diamonds, part of the Blaze team. He launched Diamonds yesterday and couldn't make the launch day stream last night. So I haven't even had a chance to catch up with him properly. So here he is, Rich Landon. How's it going?
Yes. Hello, everyone. Yeah, it's been a challenge. Yesterday was launch day, and I'm here on the job site working, and I've been having a lot of dead time on the job until yesterday. Shit hit the fan, multiple crews. The client was asking a bunch of questions. I was like, struggling because I was trying to deal with that launch, and yeah, it was just a challenge.
Yeah,
No doubt about it.
I can imagine. I have seen it happen before. It's rough, but when you've got some crypto stuff to do, but sometimes, the real job or the real life just has to take first place. So anyway, all that crap aside, how are you feeling about the launch? Not necessarily the actual performance, but how are you feeling to finally have this thing out?
Yeah, it feels really great to see it in action, to see all the things function. I've actually made a list of some adjustments, tweaks to the website, to the way they appear, and different things. I've been collecting those because the developer fell sick last night and today, and he wasn't able to get a lot of, to be able to address these things. So there's several things I want to get adjusted, and hopefully by within a day or two we'll have this thing smoothed out.
Yeah, because we were going through the DApp. Did you see our stream last night? Did you catch up?
I caught pieces of it, yes.
Yeah, we were going through the DApp, and there was parts of me in Utah, didn't fully get. But I think looking around it last night in good detail, I think I've got my head around most of what's going on in every single page. But yeah, like you say, there will be little tweaks get done to the DApp without sure over time.
Yes, there may be some terminology, some adjustments on words that make a little bit more sense, or maybe there's maybe TMI, too much information in places where it's just kind of cluttering up the screen. But I'm trying to, yeah. Anyway, it'll be a process over the next few days to do that.
Yeah, we've got time for it. Everything works well. Participation's been great. The stats are looking good. You've got the Titan actually tells dashboards coming soon. So there's a lot. There's everything at the minute is working fine, and there's more to come to help people that are participating. So how do you feel about the performance for performance and participation so far?
Yeah, well, I think it's been pretty stellar. I mean, I knew this was going to happen when you don't have supply to sell, and you give people a use case to something to do with it. Well, then all of a sudden, that short supply that you started with is already, mostly gone. Or at least 24% gone. So I think it's working as designed. It's really exciting to see. Um, the ROI is not sustainable. I mean, obviously, everyone should know we can't remain at 5,000% ROI. Uh, it just there's going to be people claiming early, selling some into that. That price will come down, and then it'll reach an equilibrium where the beneficial thing to do is just to participate in the protocol. The
Yeah.
last thing you should have to do is sell on the chart. But if you should need to do that, we hoping to build a big, thick liquidity eventually where that's taking case. Now, right now, with the circuit breakers active, there's no liquidity being added by the protocol. What's being added though is when buyers buy up the diamonds token, it's adding liquidity to the pool.
Okay.
So
We're gonna dig in. We're gonna dig into the DAP. We're only gonna stream for about 30 minutes tonight. So I want to get stuck in and keep get a look at some of the stats and what's been going on for the last 24 hours. So I'll get the first screen up here. I want to take a quick look at, first of all, where are we? Boom, share. Okay, please. We covered it last night, that this was kind of the launch pump, and we ran into a complete dump of what would ran up in the previous day. Overnight, we had a massive sell off. Maybe this was just the speculators that were coming in, buying Blaze to just to try and take profit on the way up. So they did dump the chart today over, freaking hell, what was it? Something like 60% from the top all the way down to here. 70% from the top yesterday, all the way down, 70% dip. And that's been pretty much, it's had a really good rally back up again. What do we pull back up? We pull back up, yeah, almost a double from the bottom. So think of that what you will. I think that shows strength in the community and the hardcore Blazers, and the fact that Diamonds is working so far. What's your take on that chart, Rich?
yeah, I wasn't too happy to see that because behind the scenes, what I see is manipulation to drive the price down on Blaze so that their matching price in ETH was less to create the diamond mines mints, which to me was, if you had a larger supply of Blaze, I mean, obviously this is a DeFi, you can do what you want, but when you set the price of Blaze down to go into diamond mints and then go back and rebuy the Blaze, it's manipulative in my opinion. So yeah, that's going to be short lived. There won't be very much of that because the Blaze supply is not infinite, and therefore that game is going to be short lived.
Yeah, when we get a look into some of the stats, you'll see what is happening to the Blaze supply already. And the diamonds chart, then obviously yesterday got off to an absolute ripper, but a bit of a sell off. I was saying that this was early buyers kind of selling. All, in my opinion, all people that speculated on the launch buying that have been selling to this point. It's like one of those things you're going to expect to sell off once you launch, but I think it's still looking pretty good here at this minute in time, because there isn't a lot of supply to sell. I think it's coming to the point, when you look at where this is at, it's kind of coming to the point that maybe it's going to be beneficial for people to start snapping up the diamonds that are floating around out there at the minute. Anything to say on where the charts at the minute, Rich?
It could be worse. It could look uglier.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. I mean, I welcome compounding. I just don't want to see people trying to manipulate the price to enter the system, because it's not helpful. But like I said, that game's gonna be short lived. Like Blaze supply is gonna be, uh, it's gonna be scarce soon enough. So yeah, but I'm pleased to see that.
Yeah,
I didn't
and
expect to see $41 or whatever it went to. I don't even know, but I think it was 41
yeah,
that I saw.
$41. Yeah, $41 it hit yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to get there. That was quite impressive. But
Yeah,
it
with a
just
start
goes to
price.
show you,
Yeah, starting price of $4, so it did run up hard yesterday.
That's a 10x on the day.
Yeah.
No, which such that's an example of thin liquidity or thin supply from start. So that is yeah, it's just great to see actually.
Yeah, so we got there was 1,000 tokens out of the liquidity pool matched and or paired with $4,000 of X28 got paired with 1,000 diamonds tokens to create the liquidity pool. And we can see at the minute now the pool, there's still 400 in the pool, and the rest are in the hands of the holders. But when we look into the DApp now, we will see that there are already diamonds being crushed. So out of that thin supply of only 1,000 tokens, when we start looking at some of the stats here, we will see we'll see how some of them have been being crushed already. So I'm just going to run through each tab, Rich, and just sort of have a quick chat about what's going on in each part of the protocol.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Because you weren't on last night. The current ROI, what's the current ROI? The current ROI is showing at 50x. What's that based on?
That's based on the mint price of diamonds. So you take the blaze amount plus the blaze value plus the matching ETH value of one diamond and one blaze and the matching ETH price, and that you would just establish a mint price. And from that, the current price of diamonds is why the ROI is that
Yeah.
high.
So basically this blaze price of 21 cents plus the ETH bringing up to 42. You're looking at roughly a 50x. So multiply that by 50, you're going to come out somewhere around this $20 figure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so lovely DApp, man. It's great to see it in action. All this stuff. I know you had a lot of work on the design, but I love the way all these you go into all these different sections of the DApp. Great work in the end.
It did make a full circle, or it did come out well. Thank you for that. I was getting concerned at some point because it really wasn't looking. I couldn't. It's hard to express what I was really wanting to see, and I would get something back from the design group, and it was like close, but wasn't quite doing it. And then as we started to develop each portal or module or whatever you want to call each building, those started to really set itself apart from the original design that we had, or that we had started with when we did the NFT launch. So as you can see, they started to separate itself. So we realized at some point we had to redo the homepage to match that type of quality.
Yeah, so we're going to nip into the mining page here at the minute. So if anybody hasn't participated yet, to participate in diamonds, you can throw your ETH only into the protocol. You can enter in, say, 0.5, half an ETH. That's worth $1,700. That will where is that? $1,700. Half of that value will go and market buy Blaze, and we've seen a lot of these buys on the chart. There's definitely been a lot of miners started with ETH only because we've definitely seen action on the buy side of the Blaze chart from ETH coming into the system. Easier way to do it as well is if you have Blaze, you put in 1,000 Blaze worth $200. It's going to match that with $216 worth of ETH. And that's going to give you 1,000 diamonds tokens at the end of your mine. 100 days later, you earn 1% per day. So you wait 1 day, you're going to earn 10 diamonds. 2 days, 20, and that's going to tick up 1% per day all the way to the end of the 100 days when you get you can claim 1,000, and you can early claim at any stage, but you will forfeit the rest of your diamonds. So if you see a profit after 10 days and you want to claim 10% of what your miner has or would earn, you forfeit the other 90%, and they do not even, I don't think, do they get burned, or do they just not even get minted?
They just never minted. So your tokens are not minted until the time you decide to leave.
Okay.
So you have a forecasted amount of what you'll get if you wait the duration of 100 days. If you exit on day 10, yes, you will only print or mint 10% of your expected amount. The rest will not even come into an existence.
Okay. I've actually got a little screenshot here because okay, so this is dead easy. When you want to create your miners, you come in with ETH, you come in with ETH and Blaze. Down here, when you connect your wallet, it will show you obviously all the mines that you have. I've got a screenshot of a couple of miners that I have created, just to give people an idea what it looks like. I'm not giving away the dates and stuff, but you know, I had a mine where I threw in 1,500 diamonds. I can't even remember what. I was in that much of a rush yesterday. I didn't even take a note of what the ETH amount that went in with it was. But anyway, 1,500 diamonds got matched with ETH. I know my total. I kind of know my total of what I put in to the miners that I started yesterday. But I mean, this is showing on that investment yesterday. I'm going to say I was aiming for somewhere around $500 with this one, I think. So it's showing a pretty damn healthy ROI at this minute in time. If you Are you seeing this okay? I just want to make sure I'm showing the right thing.
Yeah, yes, you are. And yep, you can see.
Yeah, I can make it a little bit bigger. So as you can see today, this was grayed out yesterday. This claim button, but here 1,500 diamonds. You see today, I can claim 15 today, and they're worth at this minute in time $317. So, like I say, maybe this thing might be, depending on what happens with the price, there could be ROI starting to. People could start to see some ROI after 4 or 5 days. Who knows what's going to happen over the next time? Maybe the price will come down a little bit more, and people might need to wait a little bit longer. But we never know. We never really know what's going to happen. But it's looking pretty good there at this minute in time.
Yep. So let me explain something there real quick.
Yep.
So that $317 for that miner. Let's just imagine I did one the same size, and I think it was $500 on each side. So that was $1,000 miner. So on day 2, you are close to 1/3 of the value of that miner that you started, meaning it would have to go 3.5 more days at the current rate of affairs for you to break even. Now, I don't know why in the world you'd want to claim that and break even, because I mean that's not the purpose of doing this. So you'd want it to run a little longer. You want to make a profit, and if you got a profit, then you can restart another miner. But if you don't have a profit yet, you have to wait a little longer.
Yeah.
Or you could just choose to let them ride their full term, or somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. Okay.
I also want to say this. It's obviously better for users to come with Blaze and ETH. You won't have to rely on what slippage might be present at the time. But if you come with ETH, it's totally fine. It's a convenience button. But I'm just saying, if it's ideal if you have your own Blaze.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had all my own Blaze for starting my miners. So, and it was pretty smooth, pretty seamless. There was no delays in the transactions. However, we will mention that somebody today had a failed miner. And I think, Rich, whenever the price is volatile and popping up and down, there is a little bit of the Oracle does something in the background to stop the system being gamed a little bit, doesn't it? So if prices are moving quickly at the times you're trying to create miners, it will fail and wait until there are stable prices or more stable prices in the market at the time you're creating it. Is that right?
That's exactly correct. This was designed this way on purpose, because we knew that people would come in and try to drop the price of Blaze to come in, all in the matter of a short distance of time, to come in and mint and then raise the price back up. So this is why the Oracle was created and had to be running in the system.
Okay. So, all right, we'll move on and look at the auctions then. So the auction is the weekly, and this is kind of where we start to see the thing in action. So in auctions, this is a weekly auction for 20% of the ETH that comes into the protocol. gets thrown into the diamond exchange, and people can then come in with diamonds and exchange their diamonds for a share of the pool. But when you put your diamonds in here to get a share of the ETH each week, the diamonds get crushed. It's another way for the Diamonds Protocol to burn supply out of existence.
Yeah, I mean, this is the quickest way to burn diamonds. In fact, you don't have to rely on the protocol to be used at some interval, whether it's an hour, 4 hours, or whatever, and an amount. You have basically 100% burn going on here, and then the user, if he's in profit, he doesn't care, but he's actually helping the system because the diamonds are gone. They're not coming back. They won't go to the market.
So we are still in day 2, and there is almost $8,000 worth of ETH up for grabs in this pool this week. That's pretty cool, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's a pretty juicy competition. There have been 222 diamonds thrown into this pool so far by users. That is worth 4,704 at this price. So at this price of diamonds, that's worth $4,700. So 222 diamonds off the 1,000 in existence have already been burned through this this auction. Now, obviously, 222 diamonds at the current price is up here. If diamonds drops in price, this value goes up. If diamonds goes up in price, it goes up, it goes up, it goes down, it goes down, meaning that the game might change throughout the course of the week. So the people who have put this in are getting their share of this $8,000.
I got something to say here. So just think about this for a second. Let it resonate. 24% of the tokens supply was burned in one day.
Yeah, 22.2%.
Yeah, you're not sitting there waiting on the buy and burn to take place.
Yeah.
You're basically burned 20, well, whatever it is. Hold on a minute.
So this is the calculator. This lets me look at if I have diamonds in my wallet. If I want to put some into this, it's going to calculate rough. This is going to tell me what I will get out of the pool. So if I throw 10 in, it's going to cost me $210. If nothing changes in the pool, I'll get 335 back. So 65 on 100 diamonds. Well, this stat in the middle always shows based on 100 diamonds. Rich, is that right?
I guess it is. It's probably a measurement tool. Yes.
Okay, I need to look at that ROI because that doesn't.
There's some incorrections on this page. This is one of them that I saved actually.
Yeah.
Let's see. Scoot over to the left. Somewhere I saw 163 diamonds crushed.
Yeah, because it's just showing 100. Like it's showing ROI week 1, 100 diamonds equals 1 ETH. I'm not sure that. I don't think that changes. Something's not right in there.
Yeah. There's some tweaking on this page that I got to get done.
Oh, it's just changed there. It must be the price updating on the site. Anyway, come in here and play. If you want to enter the auctions, you can see here 22.2% of the supply has already been burned this week. In 2 days. What's going to happen with the diamond's price? This will move up and down of what's been put in. The percentages will continually change. ETH pumps, this goes up, but every time somebody starts a miner, more ETH goes into this pool. And after 7 days, it's going to reset and start all over again. So interesting one to watch. Like I say, we've already had people throw in there. The add to LP. So this is 60% of the ETH comes into the protocol, gets fired into the diamond stockpile, and this is our buy and add liquidity. So this is here to continually buy diamonds off the market and get them and X28 into the LP to beef the LP out over time.
Yep, beautiful.
So this is the total in here, isn't it?
Yes. That's historical. So that was all that came in so far.
Yeah, so this is everything that's come into this part of the protocol. So this is all from miners. That when we look at the buy and burn, some of that a lot of that came from the NFT sales before the protocol. But this is all from since we launched yesterday.
Mhm. I need to
And
double check. That's another area I need to double check with, because that is supposed to be historical data. And right now it kind of looks like it's the current liquidity, which it is showing total diamonds, current liquidity, and current X28 liquidity. What I need to make sure is that the total liquidity at the top is that
oh
doesn't look
yeah,
correct. It actually
yeah,
needs to
no,
be the total.
we did the same mistake last night. Actually, this is we flicked through to the LP and had a look, and it was the amount in the pool. So we just looked at that at the start. It was 417 diamonds in the pool. So that anyway, that will show. What's more important at this minute in time is the swap ETH. The ETH sitting to continually buy Titan X. So we buy the ETH that sits in the system. We've got nearly 4 ETH there, 30 over 13.5K. Every hour, this is buying $200 worth of Titan X off the market. Is it every hour? Yeah.
Yeah. And I will say this, you could add that up with the other balances to
Yeah.
get the total amount that has been put in as an estimate until we get that fixed.
Yeah. So as it buys Titan X, then the Titan X moves over to this box where Titan X then is used to buy or mint X28, depending on the ratio between the two. It market buys when it's under a 1-to-1 ratio. Once it goes to parity, it will then swap the Titan X for X28 through the X28 protocol, burning half the Titan X in that time. But we've already got 2.2K in Titan X sitting waiting to buy X28. So this is waiting and this is ticking along the same. It's buying 120 odd dollars worth every hour as well. And then we move down to the next one. Now we'll have the X28. We currently then have $3,500 of X28 waiting to buy diamonds off the market and add it to the LP. Now, 3.5K buy volume. We're only getting started here with this stuff, but 3.5K buy volume will have a pretty crazy effect on that chart at this minute in time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to say what the circuit breaker is then, just so people understand?
Yeah, sure. So the circuit breaker is inactive until, no, I'm sorry, it's active until such time that the price, the ROI price falls below 100% from over at mint price. Probably didn't say that best, but basically, if you're 100% ROI on your miner, this is going to be inactive, or it's going to be active. It's hard. I keep making that
Yeah,
mistake.
well, basically, it's not going to be switched. It's going to be off. There's not
You
going to be.
won't. Let's
Not
say
going
it
to be
this way:
buying.
you will not be able to add liquidity as long as we are above 100% ROI, because
Okay.
it's a simply waste. It's a simple waste of funds. If you're 100% ROI, you're in a pretty good shape. That's not constant. That is admin function. We can adjust it down or up if we choose. But right now, that was the starting point I want to go with, just to I knew we weren't going to see it for a while because we're well over that,
Yeah.
and we'll be well over that for a little while until early claim start to take place and people take the tokens and sell on the market. Or if they go in the exchange, it's not going to affect the price of the chart, but if they sell on the market, it'll drop the ROI.
Yeah. So I mean, this is got to be. Look, I think that my take on this is looking pretty healthy so far. This is just from participation. So we've got we've got a lot of buying power to really thicken up that liquidity pool, and we're buying this protocol is hopefully buying a lot of this stuff at the bottom here. You know, we've got each sitting waiting in the wings to buy X28 or Titan X and X28. While we're sitting on those, hopefully over time, maybe it takes a month or two before things really start cranking up in terms of claiming and wanting to activating these buying ads and things like that. You know, hopefully in a month or two, the value of these could be a hell of a lot more if the market starts to pump a little bit.
Yeah, I would have ideally wished that ETH would have gotten back above 4,000 and Titan X remained down if we start using this, but Um, yeah, that would have been ideal, but it's not the case.
Yeah, and then so we'll move on. The Diamond Crusher, then the buy and this is the buy and burn for the protocol. Works exactly the same way as the buy and add liquidity. However, we have $80,000, or sorry, 73, almost $74,000 of ETH in this pool to buy Titan-X. Doing the same thing every hour. This is buying about $200 of Titan-X off the market and putting it over here, the Titan-X to here to buy X28. And this is then the actual buy and burn part where the X28 buys diamonds is switched off. But 73K, 2K in Titan-X, and 3.5K in X28. So this one's shaping up real nice.
Yep, not too shabby there. I did not expect that amount of sales on the NFTs, but I'm so glad that we did, because those are actually really good deals for those people who bought those. I mean, now they're full price. A person coming in to compete with them, those holders have to pay double. Not only that, if you got them in sets of 28, you got eligible for the Blaze pool. So, and this, I mean, if a person could imagine, you have this buy pressure that's available. You have the LP add function that's available. So should the price fall from sellers, we got backup power.
Yep, absolutely. Backup power. And hopefully, as I mean, this would you say would it be correct to say that this wasn't really built for a quick buck? That this is when you're playing this, you really do want to be thinking sort of months at a time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in fact, with the circuit breaker in mind, it was there to prevent people from just trying to live off this.
Okay, so we'll flick back and look at the NFTs, and then we'll look at the staking. So just so people know, there's 80K in total has come into this Diamond Crusher. 70K of that was from the sale of Diamond Certificate NFTs before the protocol launched. Now they're still, you can still buy them. We'll go in and look at them now. You can still buy them, but they cost about $100 each. They cost 0.028 ETH. They were on sale at half price before the protocol launched, for the 3 weeks before the protocol launched, and 100% of the sales from Diamond Certificate NFTs goes to the buy and burn. That's where that 7K of that 80K came from. And these Diamond NFTs get you a share in the 28-day reward pool in this Diamonds protocol. Where does it show the value of? Oh yeah, it's down here, isn't it?
Value of what?
Sorry. So the Blaze, just to hit on this, the Blaze that comes into the system, and this is the beauty, the real beauty of how the two systems work together. Whenever anybody participates, they put their, you show my miner, their 1,500 Blaze in. Of that 1,500, 80% of it gets taken and staked in the Blaze protocol max length. So the Blaze gets taken off the market for 2,888 days, and while it's in there, it's going to earn rewards from the Blaze staking pools. So if you hold Diamond certificates, you will get paid every 28 days. But those rewards will come from the Blaze stakes.
Yep.
Do you want to add anything there?
Absolutely. Yep. So this has been a carefully thought out addition to the protocol. So careful. Maybe this was actually in the wrapper, is that with the NFT sales, you only get access to the 888-day payout pool, which means that made a perfect fit for diamonds, because the diamonds could take the Blaze, and instead of just burning it, yeah, that would have been nice, but instead it became a reward mechanism for the users to buy the NFTs, which was a reason to do so, other than, well, it actually created the 28-day payout pool. But so what I'm just going to say here is all the Blaze that comes in gets staked on the Blaze protocol, and now it can only receive rewards from the 88 and 288-day pools. So
Yep.
the hope is that Diamonds becomes the top staker in the Blaze protocol with tokens, but it won't dilute that 888-day Diamond Hand Club pool, which only gives access via these NFT certificates. So that was a real important, and it's like threading a needle. This was perfect here.
Yeah, I mean, we just look at it. So, what exactly what Rich is saying here is that in the Blaze protocol, it had kind of, we'll call it what it is. It kind of fizzled out quite a lot. These payout pools were, real. There was thousands and thousands of dollars in all these pools, every week at the beginning of the Blaze protocol. It gets down to a few $100 in the 8-day payout pool. So the stakers in Blaze were getting shares of all these pools, and if they'd staked a load of tokens over 4,000, they would get into this pool as well. But the reality is that these were all drying up for the normal Blaze stakers, and Diamonds not only it brings a little bit of life back to these pools for the people who already staked, but at the same time, although we are benefiting the holders, we will see Diamonds take over a lot of the pools, except this one. This doesn't get touched by Blaze or by Diamonds getting staked through the protocol. But this is the important thing to look at. There's already been 140,000 Blaze staked on behalf of the Diamonds protocol. It's already into its, we're only like a few hours into day 2, and it's already owns nearly 10% of the staking pool in Blaze.
Yeah, that's impressive. So that's 9.3%, but that's not reflective of what's actually circulating in the Blaze supply. So fixing to calculate that.
Say that again, sorry.
1 minute. 140,000 staked when only 690,000 roughly is in circulating of liquid Blaze. So in people's wallets and in the DEX screener is 690,000 of Blaze. And we took 140 of that off the market within a little bit first day.
Yeah. Okay. That's the real significant thing of this. And we see that's why when we look at this protocol and you look at what's happening today to where it can be, if the aim of this thing was always to take, among other things, but to get Blaze off the market, to give Blaze a use case, but also remove as much of the liquid that's out there as possible. When the liquid gets removed and there's rewards in Diamonds, people then get forced to find their diamonds in the daily Blaze auction. Whenever there's very, very little supply on the market and people go into the Blaze auction, that's what's going to start to really fuel these reward pools and really kick more life back in. Then start kind of, I hate saying the word flywheel, but then it should really kickstart the flywheel of rewards coming back into the Diamonds protocol. So, beautifully designed, and hopefully if we can just work our asses off and keep this thing trucking, we can see it do everything it was created to do.
Yes. Let me add here. So that 140 is roughly 20% of the circulating supply. So once that is dealt with, once that enters this Diamonds protocol, then the auctions get competed for in the Blaze protocol, which makes the amount of money the amount of ETH it takes to close that out each day is going to go up, which increases all the pools, and then those first 3 payouts come to pay the certificate holders. But then that Diamond Hand Club pool grows, so the people who might have been concerned about being diluted will see their share, even though it shrunk some because of these NFTs added, the amount of money they would receive is still going to grow.
Yeah, so when you look at all these things, to play in this system, you can play to earn money, but you can also do it in a way that kind of helps the system. If you play it right, you enter the auctions, put money into the system, put it in, do your miners, buy your NFTs, play it all the different ways. We don't need to be fucking dumping on each other's heads. There's going to be greedy motherfuckers out there trying to do just that. But look, it doesn't need to be that way. And maybe people will play it a little bit better also whenever the market starts to pick up a little bit and the values of some of these things can, increase. So these rewards go to the holders of the diamond certificate NFTs. The last thing left to look at, Rich, because I don't want to talk for hours here. I keep every time I say I try to keep a stream short. It's fucking impossible. So this is the staking. Now the first staking pool, Utah touched on this last night. The first staking pool, you don't need to enter it, and it's not for 88 days. So it's going to accrue ETH and Blaze for 88 days before anybody is going to get any payouts. So there's no real rush to get into this, but we have had one user already throw some diamonds into the staking protocol. So look, 12% of the Blaze and 12% of the ETH that comes in to create miners goes to the staking. 60% of it goes to the 88-day pool, and 40% of it goes to the 288-day pool. So at this minute in time, we have already in the 88-day pool got $2,800 of ETH and $2,600 of Blaze. Now these obviously the price of these fluctuates with the market, or the value of them fluctuates with the market. But it's a nice, healthy start one day in. Well, this is going to accrue Blaze and ETH for 88 days. We're already sitting over $5,000 in there. And the same over here. This accrues over 288 days. So this pool could get massive, especially if in 288 days, every ETH that comes in here is going to accrue and go up in value. If the system does what it does and there's no Blaze left on the market, and the people are entering the auctions, the Blaze price can go up and up and to the right. Not financial advice, is just what we hope will happen for everybody involved. But the staking pools, 88-day, 288-day, again, another part of the system working beautifully, taking in ETH and Blaze and sitting there.
Yeah, here's something to think about this. So all the while that people are mining, and all the while they're going into the exchange and burning supply for competing for ETH, that puts less accumulation into the staking pool. I mean, yeah, you'll have people going in, but it puts less of an amount in there, meaning there'll be more to go around for others if people have multiple things to do with their diamonds.
Yeah. I think people will, this could be the kind of thing that people don't really look at here in the short term. People might see they've got long-term miner, they've got 100-day miners. They might see a pop-up of, after 50 days, they make, or, less than that. Maybe we're just looking, maybe after 10 days, there's a little bit of ROI to go, fuck it, I'm going to sell, I'm going to get out. And that might be able to happen quite a lot over the first few months. But then it could be the people that just sit and go, right, I'm not going to let my miners run, that get the opportunity to, end their miners on day 87 and lump a load of diamonds into this. Because, like I say, 88 days in crypto, God knows what is going to happen to this pool during that time. And same over here. So there's a lot of game theory there at the start. People maybe might see a way to exit with some profit, and they might leave all this value. Anybody that forfeits tokens, remember, anybody that claims an early miner and forfeits diamonds, they leave all this value in the system behind them.
Yeah, and I'm not afraid of people selling the diamonds. I mean, we've got checks and balances here to absorb it. And here's what happens. So if people sell down diamonds now, that means it's longer that the miners have to wait before they can come out to be profitable. So it's got little checks and balances everywhere.
Yeah. It's just you see this thing working, updating all the time. Okay, right, that's the staking. The last thing that I want to look at, Rich, is the stats page, because we did take a quick look last night, and here's what we're talking. We have got there were 1,000 tokens put into the LP, 1,000 diamonds were put into the LP, and 229 have been burned. We looked at the Diamond Exchange and we saw that 222 number that have been thrown in to compete for the ETH that's in that pool. So Diamond Exchange, 222 have been burned in there so far, but there are maybe you can explain this, Rich, because I'm not 100% sure why it shows 7 diamonds in the vault and
I
the stake
can
it
I
says
can
9
explain it.
diamonds. Yeah, go ahead.
So someone staked 9 diamonds and they burned 7 diamonds as a bonus.
Ah, okay. Okay. Well, we'll quickly just show people what that means. When you stake in this protocol, there are, okay, let me see. You can adjust your days. So 288 is the minimum day. So look, this is the other thing with this protocol is that you've seen how much value could potentially accrue into those reward pools for staking. But anybody that wants to get a share of that is going to have to commit some serious friggin' time to their tokens in the staking. 288 days or max length 888. Now, we saw how well the 2,888 day pool worked for Blaze. Throwing as much value as you can out into the distance was one of the most successful parts of the protocol. So the 288 day pool in this protocol could attract a lot of people. Now, you take for 288 days. If you put in 100 diamonds, you get 100 shares. So you're going to get 100 shares in the pool. And to get more shares, you can, okay, sorry. If I change this to 288 first.
Yep.
288. You'll see here that these green ones are bonuses. These are additional shares for the longer you go. So 288 days. How many diamonds did you say that person threw in?
9.
9. So they put 9 in. So they got 9 shares. Do you know how many days they went? Okay, it doesn't matter. But say they decided to go 288. You'll see there's no bonuses here. So these put 9 diamonds in worth about $200. The difference between 288, you get 9 shares. If you go max, you get an extra 9 shares as well for going for. So you get 9 shares, but you're almost getting double shares because you throw them in max length. And then finally, you also mentioned that they burned 7 additional. So we put
Correct.
7 additional. That got them, the burn bonus is huge. Another 21 shares. Holy shit. The burn bonus. Okay,
Right.
so burning diamonds on top of your stakes gets you a pretty damn serious
So
bonus.
this definitely incentivizes more reduction of diamonds, which is the overall best benefactor to the protocol.
It nearly is better to burn diamonds to get into the staking pool. I wonder what happens if you go 1, but you put 1 in the staking pool, but you burn 100.
No, you can't do that. You can max 3. So leave the 9 up there and do 27.
Oh, okay. Smart. I thought you could go fucking mental. Go
No,
absolutely crazy. So 27.
It's 3 times your amount. So look, you got 90. That's 10 times more than you started with, or your 9. Well,
Yeah, so by going along and burning 3 times the amount. Okay. So then you can see not only are you locking 888 off the market, holy shit, you can fire a lot of diamonds into the crusher.
And all you're doing in this situation is you're getting precedence, or you're taking the lion's share of the stake pot by choosing to burn more diamonds. So it was incentivize all others to burn bonus diamonds to get there.
Nice, love it. I actually didn't know that little tweak of the 3x in there. I know we never covered that table of how the bonuses work, and when we were going through the white paper, because it's pretty damn boring, and it was but when you see it on the DApp, it's pretty damn easy to see it in action. So when we look at the stats of the diamond supply, like I say, we've got 229 total burned. That's the 200 that were thrown in the exchange, plus the 7 that were used for bonuses in the staking. Isn't that correct? Yeah. And then there are 9 diamonds then staked as well. So 761 left liquid. There's 400 in the LP. Nice breakdown here of where all the diamond supply is. This is going to continually change every day, and it'll be interesting to look at. Okay, I actually, let's see. Get rid of that. I want to pull in another screenshot here. And if we look at, okay, so just looking at this, when we were on the stream last night, I took a screenshot of this board, and there was only 83 diamonds crushed. There was 903 liquid. There was 347 in the LP. So you can see the change here. We've already popped up to 222 diamonds crushed. Yeah. I actually want to take a screenshot of this most days so I can refer back when we stream the next day. So 229 looks good. And then in the stats, so all the stuff we've discussed so far, you can see some of it here in the diamond supply, and then the same thing with Blaze. So this is showing what's happening with the Blaze supply. Liquid supply, Rich was touching on, there's 473k of liquid supply of Blaze. That's in user hands. There's 2.2 million staked, and there's 120k tokens in the LP, giving you the current values of everything there. But the important thing is the staked amount. The current staked amount of Blaze is almost 80%, 79.36%. And again, I took a screenshot last night, and this is, let me see. Yeah, this is pretty epic when we compare this. Sorry, just bear with me. I'm trying to, this was the screenshot from last night. So we can see here almost 80. We're at now 79k. Last night when we were streaming, we were at 76.5. So we've added almost 3.5% to the staked Blaze in one day. And we're hoping to rip this thing and get the total Blaze stake to something like 90%. It's kind of plucked that figure out of the air, but it's like, okay, how nice would it be if we could get past 90% of the supply of tokens staked? Because you've got to remember, when they get staked, nearly all the supply that's staked is staked long term, 2,888 days. That was the beauty of that 888-day payout pool. So that's pretty much everything. Richie, still there? You went quiet a minute. Anyway, price and ratio is just showing the prices, the current prices of everything. One diamond is 97 Blaze. The current mint ROI still sitting nice and high. And sorry, yes, I should say this. This is worth knowing. I hope if Rich is listening, we need to get a link to this on the homepage. So just to show where to find this. When you come to the DApp, obviously you can click into all these different things. If you go to, this is the stats, you can click into it here or just in the header above. But when you go into price and ratio in here, you can use this to, once you're connected, you can use this to buy diamonds direct off the site. Now, reason behind that is that when you go to certain dexes, your dex of choice, they may not find a good route through the tokens and give you the best value possible. If you come in with ETH, we got players in here that don't care about Blaze, they don't care about Titan X, they find us, they just want to buy diamonds. They can do that with just ETH right here, and it will do all the hops. You've got to go from ETH to Titan X to X28 to diamonds. So we're giving them a place to do that with just one hit with their ETH and not need to worry about finding the DEX, changing routings, whatever it may be, or find one of the aggregators or something, just not finding them the best deal possible. Rich, are you there? No, it doesn't sound like it. Okay, well look, that's maybe I need to add him back to the screen. Maybe that's why he's not there. You there?
Yes, I'm here. So I accidentally hit the reverse button on the browser.
Okay. Oh yeah, I've done that plenty of times. Fucking easy to do. Um, how how does this work? This buy tab in. Did you hear me saying we need to get a link to this on the homepage?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. There was a time I wanted to have when you open the site it default to this page as the easiest fix, but I'm without crowding the banner and the header, I was just trying to decide if buy diamonds added to the front page. It may be best to have a link there, but I'm just thinking, it's trying to keep it clean.
I understand. Look, I tend to agree, but I don't think adding like see a
It
box
can't.
here.
It cannot go there because what happens is when you use the mobile version, that's becomes a problem up there. That's
Uh,
why we had to add the banner. So we may could add it to the banner.
all right, well, sure. Well, if it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. I really like this feature. That well, how does the swap work? Is it work with? Because we haven't because this protocol is using a number of
It's
price
used. It's using Uniswap. We had to design the router so that you don't get thrown all over the place seeking a
Okay,
route through the Uniswap, just going there on your own. So
okay,
we had to design this route purposely.
okay. Perfect, perfect answer. So there you go, folks. It's going to use Uniswap with pre-settings for to find the best route.
Hmm.
Okay. That's it.
I love the way it came out. This homepage is cool looking. It's definitely different than any other crypto app you've probably seen. I mean, they got those tap games where you tap to earn, but this is not about that. But it's definitely different.
If I let me just because let me see if I can show it a little bit more. If I because I'm showing it on my smaller screen. If I pull it up on the bigger screen, you can get a bit of a better idea. Because when you hover, if it's a small screen, you can't see what it says Diamond Exchange. But yeah, this is it. This is it in its full glory. Utah's just saying there. Any questions in the chat? I think we're getting pretty damn good at explaining stuff here. We're professionals now. Buy and burn, diamond vault, diamond certificate store. Fuck, I was hitting that button every day for 3 weeks. Every single day I was in here like a demon checking the number of NFTs minted.
Mhm. Yeah, when we were trying to come up with this idea, we was like, okay, we're gonna launch the NFTs early. Hold on a second, I gotta the job here.
That's his boss. His boss has caught him on the phone again talking crypto.
No.
The fucking building inspector is back. Anyway, I hope you like everything that we've got going on here so far. Great participation. Stats are looking mighty fine. Everything seems to be working pretty much flawlessly. A few little niggles here and there in the UI, but nothing major. Everything's going where it should go. It's pulling Blaze off the market. So yeah, get your ETH ready, and if you don't have Blaze, get some Blaze ready too. It's worth saying actually. Let's take a quick look because this is important for education. Look, we're going to be here for a long time. These two protocols are built to last. The Blaze supply comes onto the market for, I'm going to quote, 18 years. 18 years it takes for all the Blaze supply to come out. It's been a really exciting first 500 days, and it ain't going anywhere. And this Diamonds protocol is built exactly the same way. The two of them go hand in hand. As long as people are coming into the Blaze auction, and here's the thing, there's always going to be some sort of play for someone in Blaze. If we were to do nothing now, there's always going to be some sort of play at large here, because with the NFTs, the minting of 28 NFTs, diamond certificate NFTs, that gives people access to the next 888-day pool in Blaze. And there could be game theory there of how people that hold those tickets might want to see action to help grow that pool. So there's a lot happening, and we're going to be educating and talking about these protocols a lot. One of the most important things at this minute in time is we're trying to shrink the supply. You've seen all these features, and we want people to use them, participate in them. The more people use all the features in the system, the more everything works. And a great starting point is the Blaze protocol. Every day, the Blaze auction emits a number of Blaze. At the minute, it started off where you can see here we're on day 505 of this protocol launching. Fully decentralized, no admin keys for anything in this, and it puts a number of Blaze out into the auction each day. So today there were 5,973 tokens up for grabs in the auction. Now, you can see here, based on the price of Blaze at this minute in time, if you acquire your Blaze in the auction, you're buying it pretty much at half price in the market. The ROI, if you were to get into if nobody else, if you put money into the auction, put $68 into this auction, you will get this. If nobody else comes in behind you, you would get 698 Blaze worth $147. So you can see it's worth, you're getting twice as much at this minute in time. Now that is because the ROI is sitting at 116%. Now each day at these price levels, this actually does start off at about 1,700%. So it does start off at about 18x. And every time people come in and put money in, this ROI number drops. But what we want, and again, you can go and buy your Blaze off the market, okay? But if you come in here, this puts ETH into the system. If you get your Blaze through the auction, and I really want to encourage people to do this, because you have to come in here with ETH. And when you put ETH in, that ETH starts to fill up all the reward pools in Blaze. And all you see the way the staking, we hope for the Diamonds protocol to take over the staking. The more we get in here through this, that puts money into the reward pools, then people get their Blaze and put it into Diamonds. That's how the two systems kind of start to really work together. But what happens, days, folks, is that sometimes if there's ROI left on the table, people just sell that on the market and come back in the next day, just looking to take a quick profit. We don't mind that at all. But for now that we have a use case for the Blaze that comes out each day, and there's a benefit to everybody that in using it all the best way possible, we want to see this ROI closing out to zero or really close to zero every single day. That means all the reward pools are filling up properly, and both systems are getting healthier through auction participation. So we saw something crazy like 20K buy. I'm gonna number it wasn't, maybe that's not the exact figure, but we saw 20K of buy pressure on the Blaze chart earlier today, and there was, I think, 3 or 4 people entered the auction. Now, it still closed out to zero in the end, but it was just the fact that so many people were frenzying around, grabbing Blaze off the market. It was today, sorry. These days are kind of all rolled into one. Whenever Blaze was dumping today, people were going crazy and market buying it off the market, buying it off the market at the low prices. But nobody came in here. Nobody came in here to throw their money into the auction. And this is the real starting point for Blaze and Diamonds. You want to participate in Diamonds, you need to get your hands on Blaze. Yes, it's good throwing ETH straight in there, but after this is kind of closing out each day, there's not a lot of dollar value. I think I'm going to say around $1,200 worth of ETH coming in each day closes this thing out.
Yeah, and that used to be $500 or $600. So that's
I remember
definitely
the low, like 5-cent Blaze. I think you were able to claim the whole 6,000 in a day for about $350.
I didn't know it was that low, but I thought
Yeah, it got pretty grim before we started building. And again, nobody even cared. It was that low. People were getting 6,000 fucking tokens, and what were they doing? Dumping them straight away for a small profit.
I know. I could not understand that myself. I was like, "What in the heck?"
Just dumping them straight away. Even as we were building diamonds and as we were streaming, the same thing. Nobody was paying attention to us. These fucking the vultures were circling every day, entering the auction and running away with
They made $3. Woohoo!
Few dollars profit, like. So.
I was trying not to give financial advice, but I was giving financial advice. Buy Blaze.
Blaze. Okay. All right. That's us for tonight, Rich. It did give you a wee bit of congratulations on the stream last night because you did put a lot of work into every part of this protocol. We're going to be back on tomorrow night. We've got a normal 2-hour stream tomorrow night. Shitloads of stuff to discuss tomorrow. I just want to cover this comment quickly. Z-Bar, James, thanks for tuning in, man. Sorry I didn't really share your comments and things, but he's saying he's got his NFTs, amazing UI. What's he saying? Root in Australia is slang for the most derogatory way to say sex. Yes, it's the same here. Root. Good rooting. So root is safer. Root. That's just the way I gotta say it, man. I can't start saying route. It just doesn't feel right at all. Anyway.
Let's get to this question. What is this R1 complete?
When can we find NFT reward to know it worth or can changes the strategy? The NFT rewards are.
Yeah, I can answer this one. So it's going to take a little while for the NFT rewards to start formalizing because you got to think about the Diamonds protocol is established in a stake position. And as we're growing the Ethereum payout pools on Blaze through constant demand on Blaze, this is what Ali was just talking about, of people coming in to fill up the auctions. We're going to see a higher price on Blaze, and I would say very soon. And so that's going to cause competition for the token. It's going to cause more ETH to flow in to fill those or to close out that ROI each day. And when doing that, that means that sooner or later, the Diamonds protocol will start to collect those rewards and divvy out to the certificate holders. I would estimate 3 months before you could see proper rewards flowing in.
Yeah, and again, diamond certificate NFTs, they last forever. So as long as you're holding an NFT, as long as you keep them NFTs, the goodies keep on coming inside. So, this is the figures at the minute. You can go to the NFT page, check out the Blaze stake. We covered that, and this is showing what the share of the Blaze payout pools are at the minute. So not too juicy, but this was only $5 yesterday, so it's already up a 5x. Call it what it is. It's up a 5x. It may not be a lot of money, but if it does another 5x and another 5x and another 5x, then the diamond certificate NFT holders could get well paid in the future. But get into the fucking Blaze auctions and help kickstart the system. Get your ETH in everywhere, in the diamonds for mining, in the Blaze for the auctions, and help us make this thing absolutely rip for all the participants.
Absolutely. If the Diamonds protocol becomes the largest token staker on Blaze, those rewards, those ETH rewards could continue to grow. So we want to see Diamonds as the largest staker take over that top staking spot.
Yeah. On that note of all the NFTs, Rich, I'm gonna call the stream to an end, and I'm gonna play my favorite video, which gives people plenty of information about our wonderful diamond certificate NFTs and the rewards that go with them. So yeah, chat to you tomorrow, Rich.
All right, see you. Peace out.
Down in the crypto holler, there's a gem called Diamonds Bright. 4 ways to join the fun, each one standing on its own right. Pick 1, 2, 3, or all, no strings to tie 'em tight. Check the white paper for details, it'll set you straight tonight. Oh, diamonds, shiny diamonds, independent as can be. Mix 'em up or pick a favorite, rewards for you and me. 1020, 225, store opens wide. Buy diamond certificates, we're here to hold them with pride. Earn these rewards every 28 days, steady as the tide. Long as you keep them NFTs, the goodies keep on coming inside. Oh, diamond, shiny diamonds, independent as can be. Mix them up or pick your favorite, what's for you and me. Diamond, shiny diamonds, easy ways to win the game. Yeehaw, grab you, holler out the diamond's name.
Absolute banger. Fuck, I love that video. As long as you keep them NFTs, the goodies keep on coming inside. Steady as the tide. See you all tomorrow, folks. Thanks for tuning in.
Diamonds are forever. The crown jewels keep. Diamonds are forever. Locked whispers of the sea. Diamonds are forever. Blaze that cracks the night. Diamonds are forever. Your ticket to the flight. NFTs, baby, sharp as diamond claws. 28 days of flex, no room for flaws. Stake your claim, don't fold, don't sell, just rise. Diamond mine's the prize under crypto skies.